Hi, Army lovers, are you today? I'm single. Jungkook Said in front of the camera. The K-pop world is divided. The Army is fixated. And the international media is scrambling to talk. No one expected it. Even the fans who claimed to have known Jungkook's every move for years were frozen silent. In a moment that happened so quickly, but felt like stopping in time and space, BTS's Jungkook, the golden magne who always keeps his life private, suddenly looked at the camera with a hard-to-read look, then said two simple but meaningful words, "I'm single." There is no dramatic background music, no excessive lighting effects, just Jungkook's clear and decisive voice, hitting the ears and hearts of millions of fans around the world. What exactly happened? Why does it feel like lightning in broad daylight? And why, after that moment, the Korean entertainment world to the international media, can't stop talking about it? It's not just about the status of the relationship he might reveal, but also how the phrase came out of the lips of someone whose life is so tightly sealed, guarded by a layer of privacy that even journalists find it difficult to penetrate. The chronology begins with a casual recording session that initially looks like a regular live stream. Jungkook sat in a modest-looking room, wearing a plain black t-shirt and a hat that partially covered his hair. His hand held the cup, occasionally smiling a little when reading fan comments. Everything went normally, until a question appeared on the chat screen. It's not clear who sent her, but her words are pretty direct. "Are you dating someone?" A few seconds of silence. Jungkook just stared at the screen, his lips slightly open, as if considering whether to answer or divert the topic. But the opposite is true. She looks directly at the camera, her lips forming a faint smile, then says slowly but clearly, "I'm single." After that, he went back to sipping his drink as if nothing had happened. However, the world cannot simply move on from that moment. The cut of the video lasting less than 10 seconds was immediately cut, re-uploaded, and in less than an hour, the hashtag Jungkook single had topped the global trending topic. Armies in different parts of the world reacted with a mixture of emotions. Some were relieved, some were just sad, and some suspected that the remark was just part of a joke or a certain strategy. Controversy began to emerge. Some South Korean media wrote provocative headlines, such as "Jungkook confirms relationship status" and "Golden Magne finally talks about love." While international media such as Billboard and Rolling Stone began to highlight this phenomenon as proof of how massive Jungkook's influence in shaping the narrative of global pop culture. What makes this speech even more interesting to dissect is the context. Jungkook is not the type of idol who often talks about his personal life. In fact, over the years, he was known to be very careful in answering questions about romantic relationships. In various interviews, he prefers to answer with humor or divert the conversation. So, when he chose the words, "I'm single," without hesitation, the public wondered, is this a sign that he wants to be more honest with fans? Or is it precisely a veiled message that only his closest circle understands? Speculation intensified when some fans discovered that the day before this moment, Jungkook was seen attending a private event with his old friends in Busan. Blurry photos posted by anonymous accounts showed him sitting in a cafe, talking intimately with someone whose face had been deliberately disguised. This sparked the theory that "I'm single" may be a clarification of the rumors that began circulating in online forums. Not only that, fans also began to associate this greeting with mysterious messages that Jungkook left on Weverse a few weeks earlier. She wrote, "Sometimes, being alone is better than pretending." This sentence, which at that time was considered just a personal reflection, is now being reread with different glasses. Is he talking about a broken relationship? Or just talk about the pressures of life as a global star who is always under the public spotlight? Fans' emotions were mixed when they saw the reactions of other BTS members. Taehyung, who is known to be very close to Jungkook, left a short comment on Weverse just hours after the viral "I'm single" moment. The comment reads "Anincha," which roughly means "you are indeed," followed by a typical Korean laugh. Many interpreted this as a sign that Jungkook's statement may have been an internal joke. However, others felt the comment was a form of covert support. HYB, BTS's agency, as usual chose mom. No official statement was given, even when journalists tried to contact the management. HYBE's silence only strengthened the public's curiosity. Because in the Korean entertainment industry, obscurity is often the main fuel for rumors and wild speculation that, on the other hand, entertainment psychologists began to participate in providing analysis. According to Dr. Park Ji-hyun, a media consultant in Seoul, said a simple greeting like, "I'm single," can have many layers of meaning. For a public figure like Jungkook, every word that comes out in front of the camera is a message that counts. It could be a form of openness. It could also be a strategy to suppress rumors, or even just want to joke with fans, he said. Others see it from the emotional side. Many soldiers claimed to feel an aura of loneliness behind Jungkook's smile when he said that sentence. For them, "I'm single" is not only about romantic relationships, but also about feeling isolated in the midst of the hustle and bustle of the world. They recalled that Jungkook once said in an interview that sometimes he finds it difficult to find people who truly understand him outside of BTS circles. Facebook, Instagram Reels, TikTok, Twitter, and even Facebook have been circulating pieces of the video that night. Reactions were mixed. Some made humorous edits, some made lengthy theories, and some wrote open letters to Jungkook. Even some big brands that have worked with him participated. Nimbron take advantage of this moment for promotion by making captions such as, "We're also single," for great deals this week. The most surprising thing is the financial impact. According to data from one of the media analytics platforms, Jungkook's online interactions soared by 370% in just 24 hours after the remarks. This means that those two simple words have the power to move industries, from merchandise sales to streaming platform traffic. But behind all the hustle and bustle, the real question remains unanswered. Why did Jungkook choose to say, "I'm single" in that moment? In such a relaxed yet curious way? Is this really an honest answer from the heart, or is it part of a careful image game? Whatever the answer, one thing is certain. This moment will be remembered as one of the biggest surprises of Jungkook's career. A moment that proves that in the world of planned entertainment, one spontaneous sentence can change the narrative and create an unstoppable global wave. And as always, only Jungkook knows for sure the true meaning.